I know we're showing live on here. I'm just trying to make sure that we're live on this one too. Let's see. Oh, well, hello, friends. I'm sorry. I am trying to go live on Instagram as well. Here we go. And I am so excited about today's topic. But let me just greet you real quick. For those of you that are just joining me for the first time, welcome to episode 19 of the Living Well with Purpose show. And our topic today is, can affiliate income be a peaceful way to support your wellness goals? So I'm excited about today's conversation because what we're going to be talking about is just something truly that can bring peace for you, for your family, but not just in your wellness journey, but also in your finances. So as you can see, I have a special friend today, a special guest with you. And if you remember, she was actually with me a few episodes ago, if you've been following me all this time. But this is my friend, Wynn Sisk. And when it comes to wellness and just business in general, like this is someone who I really respect. And I know that today we're going to be diving specifically into what affiliate income is, but you might be new to this. So we're going to talk a little bit about what that is and how it can be simple, how it can be a peaceful way to just support you in your wellness goals. And I know a lot of these, if you're listening in, let me know if you can relate as a mother, or if you can relate as an entrepreneur in general, or if you can relate whether as a father or a husband, or if this is something that you're really speaking to me. I'm intrigued by it. I would love more information about this. So let us know in the comments. All right. So for those who are not familiar with affiliate income and what that is, can you share with us a little bit? And why is it even a great option for both men and women, right? Who want to create income without maybe the pressure? What can you share with us about that?
Yeah. Well, I think first, thank you for having me, by the way. I'm excited to be sharing this information. But I think, the most important thing is kind of why we choose that way. And then I'll talk about what affiliate marketing is. But I have 4 daughters. And, I previously had a brick and mortar business where I was there all the time. And when I wasn't there, from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5 or 6 o'clock at night, I was home for, little windows of time with my children. And then I was back at work, at the computer, right? Working. So I wanted to have an opportunity to still be able to contribute to my family, but to be with my babies. I wanted to be with my babies. So when I got into affiliate marketing, think of it like it's just a way of sharing what you love, what works for you, what you've seen work for other people, maybe, and the ability to be the bridge from whatever that thing may be, whatever you're an affiliate for, to someone who may be looking to have that need filled.
Mhm.
Is that kind of what you were, does that explain it
Yeah.
well?
Yes. So as a mother, and most of my listeners here are in motherhood, and that's their journey, but they're also in the journey of wellness. And so how would this bridge the two together?
Yeah.
Right? Because you said you have, how did you end up doing that?
Yeah. Well, I had a health journey of my own that was not a fun one. For about 3.5 years, I was really sick and we didn't have any answers. And so that also took a lot of time away from my babies because I didn't feel well. I wasn't well. So I went on this journey of fact finding and down all the rabbit holes, and had all this information that I wanted to share with people, simple information that was out in the world that most people don't know. And I was able to, I found companies that aligned with, that had solutions that I was looking for. I didn't know I needed, right? But they also, I learned through these companies too a lot of information about health and wellness too. So being able to partner with a company, that's what I like to call it, and being able to share that information to help people in their wellness journeys, in their financial wellness journeys, whatever their journey is. It again, it was a bridge. I'm the bridge from that company to the person that's seeking, whether it's help financially or help with their wellness journey, or wanting a kind of like-minded community, of
Mhm.
helpers. But let's not forget about the men though, because this is just not for a mama,
Mhm.
or a woman. There are a lot of men in this industry, because it just, I feel like this is a place where helpers are able to share exponentially, right?
Yeah. So I'm probably going to go off script a little bit, and I don't want to mess you up, but so you said you're a certified functional medicine health coach. I love that.
Yeah.
So that was your, like, that's your degree. That's where you're at. How did you find, what was your wellness journey that led you to look for solutions? And then how did you end up with Make
Yeah.
Wellness?
Well, my health journey was, gosh, I used to be embarrassed to tell this story. And now it was kind of what started me sharing on social media, because I knew that there were other people that had gone through this that also did not have the answers that they were looking for. I mean, it took us a long time to figure out what was actually happening with my body. But after my fourth child, I thought I was treating myself, and I got breast implants. And I got really sick, but we did not know that it was the implants. I mean, I had a partial thyroidectomy. They told me I had thyroid cancer. I had an elevated CA-125, which is a marker for
Mm.
ovarian cancer. They told me I had breast cancer. I had early, like, onset dementia. There was no memory of much of anything. Really more short-term memory. I was losing control of my bladder. I couldn't sleep, like all these things. So it was like, if you looked at my body as individual symptoms, you can imagine I was seeing so many different doctors and nobody was putting the pieces together as a whole, right?
Mhm.
So in that time of figuring it out, because I had to figure it out, I figured it out, right? And I, I got the implants taken out finally, but in that time, I learned so much information about health and wellness, not even necessarily related to the implants, but just in general, because I can tell you this right now, when your health is just a memory, that's a scary place to be. A very
Yeah.
scary place, because all you want is to go back to that day when you were normal, when you were healthy, when you were happy, when you could sleep, when you didn't have pain, all the things. So I learned a lot of information. I decided to then go get the certification. I was like, I pretty much know all this stuff. Just give me the certification. So I worked hard for that. And then, so since then, I just share information because I want people to be healthy. There's so many things that we do on the daily that we don't realize the negative impact is having on our health or our children's health, right?
Mhm.
And so I just started sharing that information, and then sharing that information and still just being hungry for information, just continually being a student and never going to stop learning. The day you stop learning is the day you're in trouble. And I happened to come across Make. I'd been looking into the peptide world. Everything that I was finding was therapeutic and synthetic. And I was like, I get it that they have these really great benefits for your body, for your health, for your longevity, all that sort of stuff. But I could not, they were super expensive. They're injectable, all the things. Like, I was like, I can't do that. And then I found out about bioactive peptides, which are found in nature, which your body recognizes, which are a fraction of the cost, which have no side effects, all those things. And I was like, this is what I've been looking for like
Mm,
2 years. And if I'm looking for it, I know there are so many other people looking for this. So I want to go tell people about it. So
yeah.
that's the whole, it's
Yeah.
like know better, do better when and you can't unknow what you know. And if you truly, my thought, I believe this wholeheartedly. If you care about people, you go tell them the things that you're learning, the things that make a difference, the things that have an impact. Whether it's your health or your financial health, go tell the people, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I love this because the way I even came into Winsis world, or I should say the way she came into my world, it was through social media. We both have Facebook accounts, we both have Instagram accounts, but we didn't know each other. Actually, she popped up in a story and I thought that I knew her somehow, her face, her demeanor, the way she was speaking. For whatever reason, I was so sure that I knew her. And so I reached out to her, I'm like, do we know each other? Like, I feel like, and we started like asking, I'm like, do we know each other from high school? Like, what was it? Maybe we just don't, and I truly remember. And that was a very authentic way, that because we are both on social media, that we actually got to know each other. And, she invited me into her free community where she was speaking on all different topics of wellness. Well, I'm in the wellness industry and have been, for almost 11 years now. And for those of you that know me, I've been sharing about clean living and how to, detox your home. And I started thinking, wow, okay, now, like, because of this journey, it has led me um, to other areas of my life. Um, we were building and we wanted to move. And in order to move, you have to sell the other house. Well, when you start selling the other house, you start thinking about, I got a lot of clutter and I have to get rid of this and get rid of this so I can show the home. And it could look like could be somebody else's next home, right? So I started getting into minimalistic living and I'm like, oh, that's so important. And one thing led to another. And then I started, most recently when I became allergic all of a sudden to eggs and I was having skin, irritations. And I was like, what is this? And, that led me to what am I eating? What am I consuming? Because I've detoxed my home. Like, what am I missing here? And then oh my goodness, my mom's been talking to me about the foods I eat for years. And it's just something that I've been like putting it on the back burner. And I obviously, as moms, we want the best for our children and for our home. And so, she started talking about peptides and I was like, what is this? I was so intrigued. And it was just something that I had not heard of. And you know what? Since then, I've been starting to use them and I started sharing them, and then I've had other women like, what? Tell me about these bioactive peptides. And, so one thing went into another. So I think it's so cool now to wrap it all up and say, yeah, okay, well, actually there's an income stream to sharing what you love and to
Right.
sharing what is a natural part of your journey, wherever you might be in life. And so I wanted to ask, I asked Wynn to hop on with me, and that's how the topic of, is affiliate income, could that be a peaceful way to support your wellness goals. And you can see, yeah. I mean, you can see how it's been a part of my life, how it actually, came in, and it was just a natural thing. So she does this day in and day out. And I thought, oh my goodness, definitely want to share your story, my story, and how this comes. So thank you, Wynn, for sharing that. I mean, you can totally see the passion behind what you say and the desire for you to help others. And because she was bold to put it out there and knew that, hey, this might not just be me, but it could be other people there. That's how I found her, right? And I just think that that's amazing. And I've been able to share it with other mamas. And yeah, like I just think that why not? But so when going back to this topic here of affiliate in income, like what advice would you give to someone who wants to start an income stream, but they don't really want to feel salesy or overwhelmed by it?
I
Like,
love that question. I don't ever want to feel that way. You know what? So that means I get to choose how I share. And the
mhm,
first thing that I remind myself, actually, I don't have to remind myself. I just want to help people. When you genuinely want to help people, like just like you're sharing, if you have a favorite restaurant, you could tell your friend, like, I'll say it like my kids say it, we just had a bussin' meal at, whatever restaurant down the road. Like you tell people about things, right? And so in my world is all about health and wellness at home, outside of the home, wherever it is. I mean, it is all about health and wellness. So I want people to know what options are out there. And I can tell you right now, people are tired, they're sick, they're overweight, they're in pain, they don't sleep. I have something that I can say, like, I've experienced this.
mhm,
I've lost that weight that was annoying that made me feel so frustrated, right? I've gotten stronger because as you grow older, you've got to hang on and also add lean muscle mass so that you are strong and your bones are strong, right? Like your muscles, your greatest metabolic organ. People don't sleep. If they don't recharge their battery, they're not well, right? There is something out there that can help them, and there's nothing else like it on the market. So for me to be quiet about that, when I know, I hear it all the time. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh my gosh, my jeans are so tight. If I could just lose this last 5 pounds, or God, I'm so flabby. Like, what am I going to do? Or my doctor wants to put me on therapeutic peptides. And I'm like, oh gosh, okay, listen, let me tell you the other option that you have that doesn't have side effects, that's not breaking down your muscle and your bones, that's not causing digestive paralysis and mental issues. Like, right? That's
yeah,
my job. Like, I feel like that's my duty. So when I share that information, I'm not saying, hey, you want to buy this? No, that's gross. That's not helping. Like I want to help people. And I think that, going into it, knowing that, right? I want to help people. And what I can tell you is that on the other side of that, just like you just said, Evelyn, like I was sharing information that was helpful. People tell me thank you. And that is the greatest gift to me, is the
mhm,
thank you. Because they've changed some portion of their life that's impacting their health. I was in Orlando, Florida, 3 weeks ago, and I ran into an old friend of mine from Charleston. I hadn't seen her in probably, no joke, 20 years. The first thing she said to me, like it what we I was like, "Oh my gosh." And she was like, "Oh my gosh." When we saw each other, because it was so, weird running into each other. And she looked at me and she goes, "Do you know?" She goes, "You changed my water." And I was like, "What? I changed, like, what are you talking about? I changed your water?" Like, no, this is my water, you know. And she was like, "No, you shared a post online about Googling your zip code and, finding out what's in your water. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea she saw my stuff. I had
Mhm.
no idea. And she's so thankful. I'm thankful she saw it. I'm thankful that I actually had the information to be able to share. But with affiliate marketing, you're able to share a link with us someone when they say, hey, I want to try what you're trying. I want to know about your water filter system. I want to know about your peptides, right?
Mhm.
I want to know about your cleaning products.
Mhm.
To be
Yeah.
the great, they get to choose what they do. I'm just the bridge. I'm sharing the information. I want to help you live better, feel better, and hopefully you'll go do the same thing and share with your people. That's all it is. It's just sharing information.
Yeah, I love that, paying it forward.
Yeah.
And I think what actually feels yucky, and I feel like you nailed it, is, what does feel yucky, and I think that this is what people are trying to avoid feeling, is like when you do start thinking about other people, there's no room for you to think about yourself in that moment. If you're truly
Right.
thinking about the other person, and man, they are going to thank you. And you're right. That is the rewarding piece. But what feels yucky is when somehow that has to do with you. So when it comes to affiliate marketing or affiliate income being a source of income, you're thinking, well, if it feels, if I'm there to help other people, how is it that I'm not thinking about the income piece of it, And I had to kind of work through that myself. So I just wanted to share that, hey, just the way that Win shared it, I was sharing it because I was excited about it.
Yeah.
And in doing so, I started noticing that I was getting little emails of like, hey, you got a payment. Make Wellness was sending me a payment. I was like, a payment of what? And like
Yeah.
I would get these little payments and all throughout the month. And I was like, well, that's fun. Okay. And all I did was shared what I, was excited about. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it could be an income stream as well. And that is why it's a peaceful way to support your wellness journey, because in your wellness journey, while you are um, also, working on your goals, whether that be fitness goals, wellness goals, financial goals, whatever it is, the fact that you can share it with other people in a way that's, helpful to somebody else, then hey, guess what? This company is going to reward you for sharing as well. So why not, right? That could be a little extra money for the kids and the sports and the shoes. And you said you have 5 girls, When?
Four.
4 girls, okay, and I have
Four.
4
It
boys,
might
like,
as well be 20.
yeah, I mean, from style to that's the biggest thing,
Prom.
oh,
Prom.
prom,
Prom.
yes,
Prom's coming
yes,
up.
and these athletic and all these keeping up with the sport and like, that is not a a pretty penny, to say
Yeah.
the least.
College. We've got
Yes,
looking at college tuition coming out. We've got twins that are graduating this year. I'm like,
oh
oh
my
my
goodness.
Lord. But those little payments that you were seeing coming into your bank account,
Mhm,
right? That's just a byproduct of your purpose.
mhm,
Your purpose is
yes,
to
oh
help
my
people.
goodness,
It's just a byproduct,
yeah,
right? And there are people all day long that you go, you pay them for their information. You pay them, you don't think anything about it.
mhm,
You go and find the people, like, when when you find those people that have great information, like, obviously, what's wrong with it, you taking care of yourself too,
mhm,
right? Affiliate marketing can be as simple as, being able to, earn product credits and an income to where you get your products paid for, or maybe you have some extra gas money, or you're paying for your housekeeper, or, you know, whatever it may be. But it can also be those 2 college tuitions next year, you know?
wow, yeah.
Um, so it just depends on what you do. I spend my time wanting to help people. That's what I do. I don't have to go to another job anywhere. I'm at home with my babies. I can work in the car, I can work in the bathroom, I can work wherever I want to work, right? But it's my purpose to go and help people.
I
So
love
I,
that.
yeah, and it's not something that, for people who do have 9 to 5 jobs or corporate jobs, like this isn't instead of, this
Mhm.
can be alongside. And if I've learned anything is, to never put all of my eggs in one basket,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
So, when I had the brick and mortar, if something happened to me, who was going to pay the mortgage on that building? Who was going to pay my employees? Like, I needed to be present for that all the time. Now I have an opportunity where my my business is open 24 hours, even when I'm not available for it. People can go to my website. They can go and, you know, make a purchase, because they want to start using peptides, and it's there for the taking. So it's just a nice little addition. And now with the way that, gosh, the prices of everything, this egg thing is crazy. Are y'all buying eggs for Easter this year? I mean, it's like we all need a little bit more, and it's okay to want more. It's okay
Yeah.
to have another stream of income. It's totally
Yeah.
okay. It's totally okay to be rewarded for
Yeah.
the work that you do.
And something that I love to always bring back to the center of for all my listeners, and that's what living well with purpose and how it begun is how do we take what comes our way, whatever God has given to us, and how do we become a good steward of it? Like, how do we make Christ the center of all that we do? And for us, and to Wynn's point, is finding your purpose. Um, if God is calling you to something bigger, He's going to provide the way. If he's, called you to be at this season of your life with children in motherhood, or whether you're a father or working in corporate, and you have all these things that you feel like you need to get done, He's going to provide the time for you, because we're all given the exact same amount of time, right? And we all are probably like, man, I just wish I had more time to do this and this. But if you are truly living out your purpose and you're truly living out your calling, um, then you can rest in the fact that you are going to get those things done in that time that has been given to you, because God has called you to do that, right? And so it doesn't have to be overwhelming, um, but small sharing, small steps, they actually lead to big impact, and that's what I love. Where Wynn is focusing on, like, what is her purpose, and if this is her purpose, if this is what God has called her to do, in this season of her life, then what she does now, the sharing that she does now, um, and the impact that she's having on other families, and her that and other people being that focus. Wow, she's actually going to be able to pay off the twins, college tuition. Like, that could be a big impact for her and her family, right? And I love that. Um, and I always want to point my audience back to, like, how do we become centered in Christ, and really live out our purpose. So I just want to thank you, Wynn, for hopping on with me today. And for those that are listening, if today's conversation resonated with you in any way, and you want to explore a more peaceful income streams that you can do in addition, like Wynn said, in alongside what you are doing now, and it aligns with your values, send me a message. Send me a message, and or just comment affiliate. But I'll share more. I'll be glad to share more with you. And I just want to thank you for hopping on. We'll be back again next week. And thank you, Wynn, for being a part of this today with me.
Thank you for having me.
All right, bye.